Hi everyone, welcome back to Geardo. Today we will show you how to replace the lightning charging port connector flex on the iPhone SE2. Before starting, we need the right tools to proceed with the repair, which are listed in the description. First, turn off the phone and undo the two bottom screws using a pentalobe screwdriver. Next, to remove the screen, begin by applying heat to loosen the adhesive. We are using a heating pad for this step. Alternatively, you can use a heat gun or hair dryer. Once the screen is sufficiently heated, place a suction cup near the bottom edge of the display. Gently lift the screen from the bottom to start separating from the front assembly. Next, use a plastic card pry tool to carefully separate and loosen the rubber gaskets around the frame. Gently work your way around the edges and avoid applying too much force when lifting the screen, as this could damage the internal flex cables. Open the screen to 90-degree angle from left to the right. Please note that the flex cables are still attached and be extra careful with them. Next, undo 4 screws to remove the LCD connector shield. Next, undo the battery, touch and LCD connectors from the logic board. Next, on the top right, undo 3 screws to remove the earpiece assembly shield. Next, disconnect the earpiece assembly connector from the logic board. And now you can feed the screen from the body. Next, pull out the faulty charging port flex from the body. First, remove the logic board from the body. Next, on the top left, undo 3 screws to free the antenna component. Next, undo the screw on the frame to release the bracket holding the antenna component. There are total of 4 screws holding the logic board. Next, undo the screw number 1 holding the logic board. Next, undo 2 screws to pull out the power volume connector bracket. Next, disconnect the power volume connector plug. Next, unplug the camera connector. Then, fold the cable to 90 degrees to access the Wi-Fi antenna connector. Next, disconnect the Wi-Fi antenna plug from the logic board. Next, peel back the adhesive to access and remove the screw number 2 holding the logic board. Next, undo the screw number 3 and 4 from the logic board. Next, disconnect 3 connector plugs from the logic board, starting with the charging, loudspeaker and wireless pad connector plugs. Next, gently pull the logic board by moving cables aside. Be extra careful in this step. Next, remove the bracket on top of the charging port by undoing 3 screws. Next, disconnect the antenna plug. Next, undo 2 screws holding the speaker. Next, gently pull the speaker out of the body. Next, disconnect the Taptic engine connector. Next, remove the 2 screws securing the Taptic engine. After removing the second screw, remember to keep the small bracket safe. Next, lift and remove the Taptic engine from the body. Next, remove the barometric vane bracket by undoing the 2 screws. Next, undo the 5 screws holding the lightning charging port connector flakes. Next, gently pry the flex cable away from the body. Use a heat gun to soften the adhesive securing the cable. This process will take time, and carefully remove the folded charging port connector flex from the body. Next, place the new charging port flex on the body. Secure the connector port to the slot and align the charging port flex cable securely. Next, carefully fasten the 5 screws to secure the charging port connector flex. Ensure proper alignment before securing each screw. Handle this process gently to avoid damaging the cable. Make sure the microphones are securely in place. Next, place the barometric vent bracket and secure it by adding the 2 screws. Next, place the Taptic engine in place. Secure the Taptic engine by adding 2 screws. Before tightening the second screw, make sure the bracket is in place. Next, secure the Taptic engine connector. Next, place the loudspeaker in the body. Next, secure the loudspeaker by adding 2 screws. Next, secure the antenna plug. Next, secure the charging port bracket by adding 3 screws. Next, place the logic board on the body. While placing, be careful with flex connectors. Ensure the logic board is properly seated in the body. Next, secure 4 screws holding the logic board. Starts with securing the first 2 screws to the logic board. Next, insert the SIM tray. Next, connect the 3 plugs to the logic board. Starts with the speaker, followed by the wireless charging plug, and finally the charging port connector plug. After tightening the third screw on the logic board, ensure to secure the tape in place. Next, secure the Wi-Fi antenna plug, and then secure the back camera connector plug to the logic board. Next, secure the power volume connector plug. Next, make sure the fourth screw is secure in the logic board is tightened. Next, secure the antenna component by installing 3 screws. And then fasten the screw holding the antenna component bracket in place. Finally, secure the power volume connector bracket by adding 2 screws. Next, add the pre-cut water seal adhesive to the frame. Please note that this tape will not completely protect the device against any liquid. Next, gently align the front assembly with the body. Start by connecting the earpiece assembly plug and the LCD connector plug. Once they are securely in place, reconnect the battery plug safely to the logic board. Next, turn on the device for testing. And then secure the earpiece shield by adding 3 screws and the battery shield by adding 4 screws. Next, install the screen. Begin by aligning the top edge of the display with the body. Then gently press down to lock it in place. Work your way along the sides and bottom to snap the screen securely to the frame. Always apply even pressure along the edges to ensure proper seal. Finally, secure 2 bottom screws. Hope you have enjoyed the replacement guide. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Please like, share and subscribe for more repair guides.